I think we got quite a people in the chat, but maybe one more minute. Okay, let's begin. Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Anush Kazarian. I am the Associate Regional Director of Operation for Central Region. Welcome. Welcome to our dental assisting open house with our partners, 123Dentist. We're going to have 1 hour of fun together. It's going to be very informative, lots of time to ask questions. I have with me most of my staff at CDI College and our partners, 123Dentist. I have with me Nazrina Gangani, our dental assisting instructor in Ontario. She has been with CDI. She has been with CDI College since 2018. She's a subject matter expert. Lots of experience in the industry and has been working with us for a very long time. Welcome, Nazrina. Thank you for joining. I have with me Ann Gupta, our Assistant Director of Admissions for Central Region. Hi, Ann. Ann has been with the company for a very long time and has been helping lots of students for many years, and her expertise is dental assisting programs. So thank you for joining us, Anne. And with me, I have Jeason Danthy, our partner at 123Dentist, who after my presentation will have the whole floor to yourself, Jeason. So take it on. There will be lots of time for question at the end. Just housekeeping items. Would you please mute yourself, mute your mic, so we will be able to hear, everyone will be able to hear everyone. If you have questions while someone is presenting, please go to the chat. We have 2 of my social media team that and marketing team that are monitoring the chat. I will be reading some of the questions and we will answer. I would ask some questions to my instructor and Jeason as well. So there will be lots of opportunity, lots of information. I promise it's going to be fun and informative and sweet and short, so I won't take so much of your time. Okay, shall we starting? Let's start it. I'm going to talk a little bit about our dental assisting program. At CDI College, we have been offering dental assisting program for very long time. In the past couple of years, it used to be called level 1 and 2, and now it has been merged for the past 3-4 years. It has been merged and is now being called dental assisting. Our program is 45 weeks long, and it consists of course, classroom theory and lots of big portion of the program. It's also in the dental lab. I am right now at our Scarborough campus, and we do have a very beautiful laboratory, dental lab with lots of chairs that Nazrina is monitoring and teaching out of the Scarborough campus. Our program consists of phase 1 and phase 2. Right after finishing phase 1, which is mainly theory and going into the laboratory, the students will be able to attend placement, which is 2 weeks placement. After finishing the 2 weeks placement, they return for phase 2, which is mainly in the dental lab. Upon finishing the dental lab, there will be another mandatory practicum that the college finds dental offices for the students to attend. So that's all on our placement coordinator department and the placement team, who helps locating students and placing students in the dental offices for their practicum. Upon finishing their practicum, there will be final assessment by a dentist. We do invite full-time dentists to come in to evaluate our students to make sure that they are ready. and to make sure that they are ready to join into workforce. The admissions requirement for our program is either a grade 12 diploma, or our mature students will be able to attend by writing assessment with our college, or they will be able to provide their foreign credentials to us so we can evaluation of that, and we will be able to admit without any assessment. During the course, of course, upon graduation, the students will receive diploma, CDI College diploma and transcript, as well as we will provide first aid level 1 CPR-C for our students. And there will be also medical examinations and medical forms that we want to make sure that our students are safe, that we encourage all of our students at the beginning to take it to their doctors to make sure that they're ready to go to the practicums and placement. That is a little bit about our program. Upon graduating, our students, majority of our students do write the national board exam. It's called NADB. That is very popular for a lot of dentists, dentistry students or dental assisting students. It stands for National Dental Assisting Examination Board. It's a certification that a lot of our students and graduates pursue after graduation. We do have a very high success rate with our graduate. Nazrina, what is our success rate for our students?
Hello?
90%.
Thank you. We do have a very majority of our students do pass, and the program, they're ready. They're ready. We do have a very good, complete program. And also there is a dentist that is evaluating our students at the end. And without dentist's blessing, we won't be able to graduate students. So there will be lots of time and opportunity for students to learn, observe, and of course, practicums are the perfect opportunity to land employment. We also do have a very high employment rate in this program. Majority of our students do find a job in their placement, or they just get hired during the placement. So I want to ask Anne, because she's expert in this employment category. And what is our employment rate of our graduates of dental assisting program?
So usually with dental assisting, it's over 80%. The majority of our students get employment from where they do their practicums. If you're putting your best foot forward and you're really showing them that you've been paying attention in class, you have great time management skills, you have great people skills, they're more likely to hire you. But if not, a lot of our students have gained a lot of success when applying externally as well.
Thank you, Anne. Our program runs 5 hours a day. Monday to Friday. We just want to make sure that the students get adequate time in the class, in theory. And we do try to, excuse me, encourage students, especially in the phase 1, to attend the dental lab. I mean, ultimately, that is when they will be in the future. So the phase 1 is more or less of 5 hours in the class and the lab division. But after that, it's fully in the dental laboratory. So they will spend a lot of their time Monday to Friday, depending on the shifts that we offer multiple shifts, morning, afternoon. They will be able to finish their program within their required hours. Speaking of placement, we do have wonderful and a lot of dentists, dental offices that work with CDI College. We always have placement for students, and there are always dental offices that is ready to take on our students. We have a very good reputation in the market, and also our instructor and of course our admissions representative Anne have very good affiliation with dentists and in the industry. So there would be very low chances of and a student won't be able to go on a placement. And of course, we invited one of our best partners, 123Dentist, to join us today. So thank you, Jason and Sherry, for joining us today. I would encourage all of you to pay attention, keep your questions at the end, or type while if you think you're going to forget, so please do so. I am also going to monitor the chat to make sure that everybody's question is being answered. I will read some at the end, but in the meantime, please do ask your questions. We would appreciate your patience. So Jason, Sherry, thank you so much for joining us, our partners at 123Dentist. I will pass the baton to you for your presentation. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Anush. My name is Jason. I'm part of the recruitment team here at the Burnaby office. It's our head office located in British Columbia. We also have another head office that's in Toronto. I will be sharing my slide now. And can you guys all see my slide? Can one confirm?
Yes, you can see
it. Okay.
Yes,
Thank you
Jason.
so much. Yeah. So I completed my master's from University of Mumbai, and I have around 7 years of experience in healthcare. So having said that, I've worked for industries like pharmaceutical, and now I am taking care of the CDA portfolio, that is Certified Dental Assistant for 123Dentist all over Canada. Just 1 minute, I'm sorry. Okay. What I really enjoy doing here is talking to people on a daily basis, trying to help students as well as tenured professionals who are into dentistry find their placement and work with us long term. And the support that is given is generally from head office, but we are connected very well across all clinics, and we make sure that we respond to queries within 24 hours. So that's about me. I would pass it on to Sherry to introduce herself and let us know a little bit about her experience with 123.
Hello, everyone. So my name is Sherry. I have been with 123 for a little over 3 years now, but I've been in dentistry for over 20 years. I actually started out as a dental assistant myself as well. And I assisted for a couple of years, and then I became a treatment coordinator. Then I became an office manager, and then I joined 123, became a regional manager, hoping to be a director soon in my position. I oversee 7 practices, and I also, on the side, I speak at dental marketing conferences all over North America in front of thousands of dentists, and I educate and mentor dentists on developing successful dental practices. So my career with becoming a dental assistant has taken me very, very far, and I'm very happy to speak with you guys in this department today.
Thank you so much, Sherry. Going on to the next slide, we want to talk a little bit about what a dental assistant would mean to us, but let's talk about that later in the presentation. We want to first introduce 123Dentist to everyone present on this session. 123Dentist is a dental service organization which is formed in the year 2016. We incorporated in the year 2016, and since then it's been good 8 years we have been in the industry, and we consider ourselves as one of those organizations which work seamlessly with partners, helping partners across Canada. What 123Dentist does is, since it's a dental service organization, we take care of all miscellaneous activities for our dental practices, be it recruitment, training, be it marketing or buying supplies for them, procurement. Everything is taken care by 123Dentist, as our partners focus primarily on their core dentistry and business operations. Our journey started in the year 1993 with Dr. Amin Shivji, the head of the organization, the CEO and the founder, who started his first clinic in Vancouver in 2016. Like I mentioned previously, we partnered with more than 80 clinics in BC under the brand 123Dentist. We incorporated ourselves with like-minded dentists and partners, and our plans were to grow and succeed. So that's when in 2019 we secured more funds to expand 123 Dentist as a brand. And today in 2023, we are not just serving clients in Ontario and BC. Like I said, we serve clients all over Canada, and we are affiliated to more than 400 clinics across Canada. Meet our CEO, Dr. Amin Shivji. He believes in giving back to the society and partnering with like-minded professionals into dentistry. So not just, like we said, not just partnering with dental associate dentists or partner dentists. We also help those who want to build their own clinics from scratch. We help them finance their project. We help them mentor, provide mentorship. We help them with supplies and clinic space and ideas. So that's where we are here as 123Dentist, partnering with newborn dentists who want to get into dentistry and start their own clinic. Talking a little bit of our values, I'm not going to be, going very depth into the slide, but talking about our core values, we have 8 core values that we as a 123Dentist as a whole is inbuilt on a culture. Into taking from integrity to communication, having patient care approach first, going above and beyond customer service, embracing change with newer technology, teamwork across all clinics, and diversity is what we believe in. And it's in our DNA, and we practice this on a daily basis. Giving you new updates and news about our organization. Like mentioned, our organization is always growing. We are 400 clinics plus and growing stronger every day. We recently merged with Ultima Dental and La Pointe, that was in Quebec. This was a strategic acquisition to increase our customer base, to increase our clientele base. And today, as we speak, we are acquiring more and more clinics on a daily basis. I know today we were planning to acquire another clinic that was in BC, and as soon as the contracts are prepared, as soon as the talks are done, we have them on board with us within a week, and we try and help them in their recruitment strategies, in their payroll, in the marketing, and so on and so forth. Talking about another excellence award that we had participated and achieved in 2022, held by Deloitte. We were named as Best Managed Organization or Companies in 2022. We listed among the top 100. And this is not to do only with recruitment. This is the overall organization, overall practices that we take care of, be it payroll, be it at the clinic level, in operation setting. We were voted at one of the best companies out of the 100 to be listed. LendCare Partners, we recently tied up with LendCare Partners to provide zero financing options to our clinics and patients who are availing services there. Okay, I would give the slide over to Sherry to speak a little bit about Ontario as a region, Toronto as a region, and how we are growing at clinic practices in those regions. And Sherry, since I'm sharing the slide, let me know when you want me to switch over to the next slide, and I'll do that for you. Thank you.
No problem. So as Jason has mentioned, we have obtained practices all over Canada, and we're growing every day. We have multiple practices all over Ontario, and you wouldn't really necessarily see a dental office called 123Dentist. They're all independently have their own identity, so you wouldn't really know that if it's part of 123. If you wanted to visit the website, and you would see all of the offices that we currently have partnered with, and then you could see which ones we actually are partnered to at that point. But we do have offices everywhere, and we're obtaining more offices every day. And so we have multiple opportunities for employment. If you were wanting to, you know, work in multiple practices, we could place you in different places so that you can have that multiple objective to work in multiple clinics. You could, if you were to move in another province, we could possibly relocate you to one of our other locations that way as well. But we are like a big family. We're all under the same company. So we have a lot of strength behind us, as we do have a very, very large group of employees under us, which it gives you better opportunity as well if you join the corporation. Jason, do you want to take the next slide? So some of the great reasons to join 123 is, like I had mentioned, you know, it gives you lots of versatility to work in different types of dentistry, different types of dental offices. We have small practices that are more, you know, one-on-one. We have large practices. We have specialty practices if you wanted to get into a specialty service. So there's lots of opportunity for growth. And like myself, you know, if you wanted to stay in dental assisting for the course of your career, that's an amazing choice to make. But if you wanted to grow like I chose to do and get into different fields, joining 123Dentist would be able to give you that. Like I said, we are growing every day. So, you know, getting into management and leadership opportunities will always become available to you. And we have a network where we would always promote from within with one of our current employees. Before we, you know, that we would always want to uplift and promote from within the clinic as well. So we do have a good compensation package. Another great thing that 123 will provide to you is continuing education. They give you a lot of continuing education courses. You're always going to be able to increase your skill and expose you to more opportunity within your field, like I had mentioned. And they're very, very good to their employees with benefit packages. And I'm not sure if you want to explain, Jason, and some about the new things that we have coming this year with the buy-in about the stocks and stuff like that. But we have lots of things that is very different that no other DSO company is doing anywhere in Canada right now. Did you want to talk about some of those things?
Yeah, for sure. With compensation, we believe in pay equity, like I mentioned, and I think very soon we're going to have a Pay Transparency Act even in Ontario. You know, news still to, you know, be announced, but this is something that that the province is deciding. Along with that, 123Dentist is planning by the next year, May, to introduce group benefits to all the clinics associated with us. So talking about all 400 clinics, everyone will be eligible for group benefits if they're working for more than 20 hours and more with us. Not just that, like Sherry mentioned, recently we had introduced phantom stocks. Let me explain a little bit about phantom stocks. It's basically profit sharing. So that means in the event when there is, you know, there's a major event where bonuses are being shared, or there's a liquidity event happening within organization, everyone who is working with 123Dentist as a full-time employee at that time would be benefiting from, you know, these incentives. So when it comes to the amount, nothing has been decided. It also depends on how many years have you worked with us and what your position is at that time. But then this is an incentive that has been added to our profile very recently, and no other DSOs within Canada have introduced such an option. Yes. Going to the next slide, Sherry, would you like to tell us a little bit about your experience working at a clinic and how does a day in a life for a dental assistant looks like?
Yeah, for sure. So in all the clinics that I oversee, I can hands down tell you that a dental assistant is probably one of the most important positions in the clinic. If we don't have dental assistants, we can't fully operate and we can't function properly. We rely heavily on our dental assistants. They're very much appreciated and valued in all of our clinics. So definitely your position is valued greatly. The dentist themselves will rely heavily on you to communicate with them. You're the first point of contact for patients between the dentist, communication about treatment, the day-to-day. So in our clinics, we basically, you would come in first thing for your shift, go through your day, see which patients are coming, do a little audit about what they're coming in for, check to see what they're due for, what kind of treatment they're getting done, and then you would communicate that with your dentist and get ready for your day. And you would be the one that's building that relationship with the patient, and then relaying all that information to the administrative team as well. So you definitely play a very, very important role in the success of the dental clinic, and we wouldn't be able to operate without dental assistants 100%. I have dentists that won't even work until their dental assistant has got them ready for their day. So they're very valued. And like I had mentioned earlier when I did my introduction, becoming a dental assistant, it's a great career choice to do forever, or it also gets you in the door to possibly go further and take it as far as you want. So I started out as a dental assistant, and then, like I said, having that knowledge, the dental knowledge, allowed me to get into a management position, which has now taken me into a regional manager position. So one of the great things too with 123Dentist, all of our regional managers have a dental background and have worked in dental. We understand the day-to-day operations of a dental office. We understand the terminology. So if that was something that to get into further into your career, having this dental assistant experience is going to allow you and open up so many more doors than not only just the dental assisting component to it. So it's a very great career choice that you guys have made. Jason, do you want to take the next slide? So another thing too, when you're choosing a location to apply for, you also, should do the research. You're a very valued position and you have a skill that you're offering to a company. So do your research on the company as well before you go in for the job interview. I always say it's a really good thing to see what the culture of the clinic is like. And a really good way to do that sometimes could just be checking out their social media page. See what kind of culture they have going on there, what type of things they do. Do they do volunteer work together? Do they have, does it look like the office has a lot of team building, team bonding? So it's really good to sometimes look at the page, look at their website, study it, be prepared for your interview. So that you're ready to ask them questions as well. But it's always really great for the employer to know that the applicant has done the research on the company as well. And you can check and learn a lot about a company from their website and from their social media pages. So I do encourage you to check those things out prior to coming in for your interview. Also, be prepared and have your own questions to ask. Be clear about your goals. If your goals are to become a manager or a supervisor one day, or have a leadership opportunity. It's good to ask those questions when you go into the interviews, and to know that the company is open to that, and that they do have those kind of opportunities available to you, or even opportunities available to you that they would have continuing education available to you. Are they going to allow you to do hands-on training? What kind of an onboarding training program do they have for you when you start the position? What type of training are they going to give you and ongoing within the position? Those are really good questions to ask the employer when you go to these job interviews. So have those kind of questions written down and ready for yourself. I always find it's very impressive when an applicant has questions ready for me, takes out their sheet and has those kind of things ready. I know that they've done their research and they're prepared for the interview. Arrive on time. On time, when I say on time, arrive early. Make sure that you investigate where the location of the office is prior to, so that you give yourself enough time, allow for traffic. Even if you wanted to call the day before, make sure that you know exactly where the clinic is located. And it's always good to arrive a little bit early and be prepared. And I always say a good, strong handshake is very important, and direct eye contact, and be very clear about your expectations, and be very clear about what they're asking you. And also to, feel comfortable about your wage expectation and talking about those sort of questions when they do become available. Be confident and clear with what you're asking.
Just wanted to add a few points here, Sherry, to what you said. Thank you so much for giving us your insight on how, you would like to conduct your interviews. Adding to Sherry's points, I believe having a presence on LinkedIn and Indeed is something that is what you should be planning next if you have completed a program. That's because the recruiters are on these pages and they're always searching for new talent. And therefore, you would want to be there, highlight your skills, be in the spotlight, and make sure you get picked. Talking about the interview day, when you bring in your resume, try and keep your resume to maximum 2 pages, not more than that. I've been in the industry for, in the HR role for more than 7 years, but I make sure that I keep my resume up to just 2 pages, not write more. And it is very important to highlight, technologies that you've worked on those resumes. So it's easier for us to know, okay, hey, you know what, we worked with Tracker, and it'll be easier for, to integrate this employee if selected. So those things really play an important role, how you design your resume and, all of those things when you come in for an interview. Being professional, it's very important. Yeah, a good handshake does speak about your confidence when you speak with, the panel of interviewers. But not just that, but as soon as you've done with the interview, it is also good to drop an email back to the, interviewer, letting them know that, why did you really like this interview, and what do you see if how can you contribute to the clinic if selected. So a little bit about closing at the close of the interview. It's nice to always close it with an email and just wait for the manager to respond. Sometimes hiring managers, Sherry herself, try calling candidates, and then if you're busy with work and at a clinic, make sure that you respond to that voicemail in time and not keep the interviewer waiting. The next slide, let's talk a little bit about dental technology. Since Sherry has been working at the clinic, Sherry, would you like to just quickly go through these technologies, not too much in depth, but just introduce these technologies to the masses here?
Yeah. So, I mean, in various offices, they will have different types of technology. And that's something that maybe, you might be interested in learning about that kind of technology. And not all clinics will have everything, but they definitely will have new. And that's a really good question to ask too, is will you get training on this technology and will you be able to use it? Because it's a very good opportunity for you to grow your own skill as well. So a lot of our clinics are fitted with the iTero scanner, which is an intraoral scan that scans the entire mouth and gives an entire full range picture of the entire mouth arch and gum lines. Then we have the CEREC machine, which not all offices will carry these type of machines. So it's a millwork machine that you can make crowns in the same day in office. The Veloscope, I'm sure you guys have learned about this probably in school by now. It's intraoral cancer screening device, which would be generally done by the hygienist or the dentist. Invisalign, obviously, a lot of you guys know about this. It's, invisible braces. Not all clinics will offer this, but a lot do now. And this is something that a dental assistant is relied heavy on with assisting this. In all of my clinics that we offer Invisalign, the dental assistant's role in maneuvering and structuring this into the clinic is very, very important. So we rely heavy on our dental assistants to run that program. Intraoral cameras. It's a camera that takes pictures of your teeth. It's a really good educational tool and treatment plan management tool that we get to show patients visualize pictures of their teeth. It's a really great tool to sell treatment, to discuss treatment, and to educate patient on hygiene and treatment. And then CBCT, this is definitely a more advanced piece of equipment that not a lot of offices will carry. It's like a CT scanner, so it's more advanced than a panoramic machine. It shows way more advanced technology. about the depths, and I think it's a 4-5 dimensional view of gums, teeth, jaw, and all that kind of stuff. So it's more, you would see that more into a surgical dental office, but some general dental offices will carry these as well. I have one clinic that I have that actually has a CBCT as well. So, but it would be more for major treatment, implants, and things like that. Yeah.
Okay, thank you. Let's go on to the next slide. So we are at the end of a slides. Just wanted to let you guys know that you can connect with us on LinkedIn, Facebook, Instagram, to know more about our organization's updates, news. Go on to our careers page, or you can send us your resume with your cover letter to recruitment@123dentist.com. I've not provided Sherry's email address yet because what we want to do is we want to house all the resumes at the corporate office and then reach out to regional managers as and when they come in, because you might be living in Ontario, but you might have family in Alberta and would want to move there. So that's when recruitment would help support in helping, helping you find your first or your first role into dentistry in a different province. But along with that, be rest assured that when you go to the clinic, you're given the needed support as a new grad, and we do believe that for you to grow, it does take time, but we're patient to help you succeed in that role, understand technologies. There is opportunities for job shadowing as well at some clinics where you can just go and see how the dentist would, do a particular procedure. Yep, that is all we have today to share. And this is the end of our presentation. Do you guys have any questions for us that you would like to ask now?
Jason, Sherry, thank you so much. So we are just waiting for the questions to come in. So I'll monitor the questions and I will read, and we can direct the questions to either of us. Thank you for the beautiful presentation. It brought so many memories of my dental students doing lots of cleaning. They cleaned my braces. It was so much fun in the dental lab. It is a very fun program to learn, and definitely. I do have one question I can see in the chat. Is the practicum arranged by CDI College, or do I have to find it myself? No, CDI College will provide placements for all of our students. It is the responsibility of our practicum department to work with every single student with their resumes, cover letters, get them ready for the placement. And as you can see, 123Dentist is one of our affiliations that we do send our students for interviews, for placement, and of course, they like them, they will hire them.
Yep, for sure.
Thank you. Next question I have here: how likely it is that I will get a job right after graduating? Let me pass this question to Ann Gupta, our Assistant Director of Admissions. Ann, why don't you give us some insight about the graduation, employment after graduating?
Yeah. So as I was saying earlier, that our employment rate is over 80% for our dental grads. So a lot of that percentage is based on our students putting their best foot forward, showing the employers that they know exactly what they're doing when they go to their practicum, and showing them those skill sets is what gets them that first opportunity in the industry. And then for those that maybe can't make it to that specific location, we also help them to apply externally as well. So we have an employment specialist here at the campus, and we work with you for up to 6 months to help arrange employment as well for students that need it. So lots of success.
Thank you, Ann. Is it a full-time or a part-time practicum? Our practicums are part-time, so it's basically the same hours of your class, because practicum is under the umbrella of the program. However, we do have some students that the hosts are asking to stay a little bit longer, maybe a longer hours if they have someone sick or not be able to attend. So we are very flexible with our students. However, the college and partners, the placements, we do provide a part-time hours for our students because we want you to graduate. The sooner you graduate, the sooner you can have a full-time job, right? So we will provide part-time hours. A practicum is divided to 2. So overall, 4.5 weeks of practicum, 1 after finishing the theory, and then right after you finish with the whole program, you will go another 2 weeks to practicum. Good questions. Another question maybe Jason and Sherry will answer. What does a practicum at 123Dentist looks like on a daily basis?
Sherry, would you
Yeah,
would you like
sure.
to take this one? Thank you.
Sure. So usually when we have our practicum students come in, they would be shadowing the team lead. So we have a team lead in the clinics, like a clinical lead dental assistant. So we would partner them with the team lead, and they would shadow in the beginning. We don't just throw them in to do procedures or anything like that. So they would shadow, maybe assist the team lead in their procedure, help cleaning the rooms, setting up the trays, setting up the rooms. That would be what we would start with for the first couple of days. And then as they were feeling more comfortable and more confident, and as procedures would go through, we would allow them to be the assistant while the team lead shadowed them. So you would never really be left on your own for your practicum. You would always have somebody mentoring you, which we would always put you with the senior staff that you would get that mentorship from. And then we would gradually encourage you to take on procedures, doing a restorative case, setting up the rooms for surgical cases, helping assist with not sterilization, because you had to have their certificate done at that point, but just going in there and setting up the sterilization and the side with cleaning all of it up, with moving it all along. We would make sure that. Plus, I also put my dental assistants on the hygiene side as well. So it's really good for the assistants to also work alongside of the hygienists, because another one of the positions that we have in my clinics that we have dental assistants is hygiene assistants. So they actually will assist the hygienist, because that role could also turn into, when you guys would graduate, polishing the teeth for the hygienist, taking the x-rays for the hygienist, and doing all of those type of departments. We also have our practicum students working with the treatment coordinators. So discussing treatment with the patients, discussing finances, just so that you can see every type of role that you can be valuable into the clinic, and you can be exposed to all of it before you graduate, so that it might help you make a decision on what type of dental assistant you want to be when you graduate, and what type of clinic would be able to give you that. Yeah.
Thank you, Sherry. Thank you very much. I got another question. Does the practicum, for example, at 123Dentist prepare me for any of the accredited exams? Before I pass it to Jason and Sherry, we do also, Nazima will be able to comment a little bit more on this. We will have after theory, after class, just before the NADB exam, we will have students coming back, and Nazrina will be going through the exam questions of the previous year, tutoring them about the exam. And Nazima, why don't you comment more about what do you do to prepare them for the NADB exam, and I'll pass it to Jason and Sherry about maybe the practicum portion of that exam.
Okay. The way we prepare the students is, I do have a few older exams that I used to sit on, because I was a part of the NDAB examination board too. And that way I know what the structure of the exams are like. So I prepare them accordingly. I give them reviews. I go over them so that they are able to answer, and what type of questions come for the examination. And if they've got any questions from which portion they should study, well, what questions or what theory portion are they supposed to be focusing on? And where they go on their placement, actually, that practical portion helps them a lot to answer the questions. So we've got special sessions for it also that we prepare the students who are writing their NDAB examinations.
Thank you, Nazima. Jason, Sherry, do you guys also cover prepare any students for the exam, certified examinations?
Well, I mean, I know like for sure I'm a hands-on learner, so I'm gonna do better in the exam if I've physically done it myself. So I definitely think that the practicum will benefit you largely with your final exam, because you can read and memorize steps as much as you can, but when you physically do it and you've actually had that hands-on experience doing it, it's a lot easier to remember that when it comes down to that test time. So it's also really important when you find an office to do your practicum, that they're going to allow you to do these procedures. Sometimes I've heard from other co-op students, like not from my clinics, but that when they did their placement, they didn't get to do anything. They didn't get to do anything hands-on. So it's, to me, like, the best way to learn is to do it. And when you're doing it yourself, you learn faster. It's all about repetition and memorization. So I think when you're choosing a practicum office, make sure that they're going to allow you, to mix the alginate, make sure they allow you to do these steps, and that they're going to allow you to assist in procedures. So I definitely think that the practicum portion will prepare you for the board exam for sure.
Yeah.
Thank you. I got next question. Does 123Dentist also accept medical office administration students?
So let me answer that one. So it's okay if we do receive resumes or applications from anywhere in the healthcare industry, but that would not be for CDA. That would be more for chairside dental assistant or something that is where you start as a sterilization assistant, because most of the clinics require you to complete level 2 of certification as a CDA, and that will be something that would be in line with the profession. So I would say yes, as an office, medical office administrator, you do get opportunities within dentistry, but they are limited, because if you don't have the certification, you cannot complete, you cannot help out with the procedures.
Thank you so much. Does CDI offer dental hygienists too? Why don't I pass this to Ann Gupta?
Yeah, so for our Scarborough and Winnipeg campuses where we do offer dental assisting, we don't offer hygiene. But the good thing with the dental assisting program is that for students that are looking for a long-term career in dental in particular, dental assisting is a great place to start.
Thank you. Let's see if there is more question coming. This is fun.
Mm-hmm.
Anybody else has questions? We do have a couple of minutes to wrap up. Oh, there we go. How much workload do I have to do in an average week at CDI College? Why don't I pass this to Nazima, our instructor? Nazima, what is the average workload per week? Good questions.
Well, it's part of the class time, right? So it is 5 hours of workload time. But the thing is that when we are talking about theory, so we do need to study at home too, right? We help you as much, but it also should be your incorporation about studying the matter, right?
Do you give them lots of homework?
Actually, I don't give them much of homework.
I think the program is long enough, Nazima, that
yes.
I mean, I am 100% sure that you don't lecture for 5 hours. There's a little bit
No.
of a lecture, and then there's
Yes.
study, going to the lab. So it's a combination of everything. But when there is an exam, you got to study, right?
Yeah, the way the program is designed is like, because we've got 5 hours of class, so it's 2.5 hours of theory and 2.5 hours of practical work. So whatever you're learning is in theory, you're going and practicing over there. And as Sherry was mentioning, that many of the students are actually visual learners. So whatever they practice, they can retain that knowledge. So that way, our program, it helps out a lot because we are doing it in person, right? And whatever they are learning, so words sometimes do not have that much of an effect on the student as when they are actually practicing what they have learned. And that helps them to retain that knowledge. And that helps them on their placement also, because they've got every day they have developed their skills every day, the 5 days that they are coming in.
Absolutely. Thank you so much. I don't see any more questions coming. I would like to thank everyone, our partners at 123Dentist, Jason and Sherry. Thank you so much for giving us your time. I appreciate a wonderful presentation. It was very informative. For everyone, thank you. Nazima, and thank you so much for joining, giving me your precious time. I know very busy, Nazima, lots of students, and I appreciate giving your time. And of course, I would like to appreciate everyone that joined us today. If you have further questions and comments, please reach out to us. We would be able to help, and 123Dentist, myself, we will be able to answer your questions. And of course, please go to this webpage to get more information. The link is in the chat, so click on that. You will receive lots of information there as well. I would like to wish everyone a wonderful evening, and thank you again. Have a great day. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Thanks for joining.
Thank
Bye.
you.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.